Hi there, thanks for watching. I am Sarah. I am a traditional Usui Reiki Master teacher, a holistic life coach, and a yoga teacher. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about mindfulness and why it is so important for fulfilling our purpose on earth. So I have a couple of different little things that I want to cover based on questions that people have asked. And if you have any questions for me about anything, spirituality, mindfulness, yoga, energy healing, anything at all, feel free to send me a private message or post it on the comments here, and I'll be glad to add your questions to my list. I try to go live at least twice a week to share some of the wisdom that I have been blessed to receive over the last 20 years. So I've been practicing for 20 years, I've been teaching for 10, and it's just I've really found what everyone on earth is looking for, and I am so grateful to be able to share it with all of you guys. So that is why I do what I do, and why I love helping women step into their power and reconnect with their soul and their purpose on earth. So a question came up the other day asking me to talk about the healing power of the mind. And I know that there's a lot of courses and books and things that talk about the power of the mind, and how if you just focus strongly enough and set your intentions, then you'll be able to manifest whatever it is that you want. Unfortunately, it's not that simple, because the truth of the matter is the mind is a tool. It is not what creates the healing. Spirit creates the healing. Your soul is what is trying to heal, and the mind is just a tool that the spirit and the soul uses to accomplish that healing. So when we are born into this earth as spirits, we have a vision and a purpose as of what it is that we are trying to heal energetically, to raise our vibration from away from fear and towards light and love. But then a lot of the times we get caught up in the drama of the world of fear, and we lose sight of what the spiritual purpose was. And so this is why mindfulness is so important, because it's through the practice, through the regular, consistent, systematic, and enjoyable practice of mindfulness that you could actually then train your mind to follow your spirit to that place of healing that you are looking for. So mindfulness can be anything, and different things work for different people. For some people, mindful movement works, whether it's yoga or tai chi or meditation. For some others, it might be energy healing, or other forms of, whether it's Reiki or other forms of energy healing that work more at a level that you cannot really touch and feel like you do with the physical body, but you can feel the energy flowing through, and you can feel the energy blocks being removed from your chakras. And it doesn't really matter what practice you use to find that center. The goal is the same, is to train your body and to train your mind to follow the spirit. So do you see how the healing doesn't really come from the mind? That's a very big difference. The healing comes from, I guess, the mind being able to follow the guidance of spirit. And this is why having a mindfulness practice is so important. And this is why mindfulness is such a big deal, because it's by that process of conscious awareness, of seeing what comes up to the surface for healing, that you can use the mind to shift your vibrational frequency. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you are born into a situation where maybe it's a little bit negative, and you are experiencing some sort of like emotional abuse or physical abuse, and you have two choices. You could either succumb to the victim mentality of oh poor me, and then make that as an excuse to become a jerk and do that to others and exercise your demons and cause more pain and suffering to people around you. Or you could take that experience, and if you're willing to use it as a form of healing, you can then do some inner exploration and say, okay, what is it about me that created the possibility of even experiencing this in the first place? Because unfortunately, energetically, it is not possible for you to be born in a negative situation if you are already an enlightened spirit. Now, there is instances where enlightened beings come into this world and have to go through negative situations in order to awaken their gifts and in order to really see what they are capable of doing and being. But for most of us, the truth of the matter is what we are experiencing in this lifetime is simply a reflection of our vibrational frequency as spirits. And so whatever negative situation we were born into, that is kind of like what we deserved. And that might sound a little bit harsh, but the truth of the matter is that's the beginning. If you can own that and you can see, okay, what about me is like these people who caused me suffering, then you are now in an empowered place to change that and to decide, okay, I don't want to be a jerk anymore. I want to become a person who is kind and loving and patient and compassionate. And that is going to take a lot of training, because some of you have seen me use the slinky. You have all of these lifetimes and years of being a certain way, and you're trying to say, okay, I want to change. I don't want to be a fearful person anymore. I don't want to be an angry person anymore. I don't want to be a resentful person anymore. You actually have to make the change right here, right now, with this thought and the words that you choose and the actions that you choose and the choices that you make in life. And that is why mindfulness is such a big deal, because if you are not aware of what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and what you're doing, then you're just continuing this pattern of being who you are. And if that happens to be not so good and you have some darkness and some negativity within you, then chances are you're going to end up manifesting another set of parents just like the ones you had this time, or worse, in the next lifetime, or another relationship, a romantic relationship that is negative. If you don't go within and you say, how did I open myself up to engaging in this situation in the first place? And what is it about me that is so much like the other person that actually triggers you? And this is why oftentimes your partners and the people around you, your family, your friends, your coworkers, are a reflection of where you are energetically, because they are mirroring back to you whatever it is that you need to fix from within. So whenever someone triggers you, whenever someone does something that annoys you and gets you upset or whatever the heck, if you can take that experience and say, uh-oh, what did I do? What part of me is plugging in? What is it about me that created the situation and engaged in this behavior or this conversation or this relationship or whatever it is? They are just mirroring back to you what it is that you need to heal, because that's what we're here to do. A lot of the times people are trying to find healing and find their purpose externally. What kind of job am I supposed to have? How am I supposed to help people? How am I supposed to serve in one way or another? And that's never really going to give you the fulfillment that you are looking for, because what you are trying to heal has nothing to do with the external world. It has everything to do with the internal world. And so when you begin to internalize every experience and every feeling and every thought that you have, and you begin to look at everything in your life as an opportunity to grow and improve energetically and spiritually, then you no longer suffer. Even the most painful things that might come up and that you might see arise in your daily life, or as you do some spiritual work, you won't tie yourself of identity to that suffering anymore. You'll be able to just stay above it and keep your equanimity. And because you have been practicing mindfulness, see from a clear place what it is that is arising, and be able to make a decision as of what you need to change from within in order to improve this, in order to heal, in order to experience something different. And this is why, yes, I guess the healing power of the mind is in the fact that it allows you to consciously see and process and understand and change your thoughts, your actions, your words. But it's not that you are thinking, I'm going to heal in my body, and you do all of these affirmations and you repeat, and you're thinking from here that if you just think hard enough and believe in it hard enough, then it'll become true. That's not where the power of mind lies. The power of the mind lies in the actual mindfulness of seeing, of understanding your emotions, your energy, your relationships, and everything else. And because you're in human form and you're given this opportunity to see clearly through your mind, then you can do the spiritual work that you need to do. But the actual healing comes from your desire as a spiritual being to move away from fear and towards light and love, and using every single opportunity on earth and every single thing that happens at home and at work to do that introspection and to see what it is about you that you need to be shifting, improving, changing, transforming to become the spirit that you want to be. And that's the beautiful thing about being a human being. The fact that whoever you decide to be right here, right now, that is who you can be. And it doesn't matter what you have done in the past and the mistakes you have made and how greedy or, aggressive or resentful or, I don't know, any negative things that you might be. The minute that you decide, I'm done, I want to move towards love and light and peace, and you begin to take action and change your thoughts and your words to become that human being, that spirit, then that's who you are now. And this is the most liberating thing on earth, because it really is true freedom. It allows you to not be subject to the patterns of the past and your old mistakes and your old energies, and through the powerful of mindfulness in this moment with this breath, decide what you want to do now and what you want to experience now. And because of the law of karma that says action, reaction, then you can change your reality. So maybe in the past you were unconscious and making all of these mistakes and being who you used to be, and because of that you're now suffering and you're experiencing a lot of internal turmoil and inner conflict. Well, that's because maybe in the past you weren't following your heart and you were caught up in what the world taught you or what the people around you taught you that you had to do, think, and feel. But the minute you awaken and the minute that you realize that you are not your body, you are not your mind-created patterns, you are a spirit on earth here to transform and improve, then in that moment, through the power of mindfulness, you could actually decide to do something different now. Because you're doing something different now, you will experience a different outcome in the future. So that is my little wisdom for today, Wednesday, October 28th. If you would like to learn more about me and my programs and book a call with me to see if I'm the right teacher for you, please visit my website, sarahco.com. I have an amazing 90-day awakening and empowerment program that combines the three things that you need to actually make your spirituality a reality. And that is understanding of how the mind and the energy system works, coaching to apply those insights into your daily life, every action, every thought, every word, every decision that you make, and a mindfulness practice for your specific needs, because everybody needs something a little bit different. And this is why sometimes people go around in circles trying different teachers, different methods, different books, different practices, and they don't get anywhere because you haven't found exactly what is right for you. So we work together on those three things, and you have a teacher who walks the path. You have a community of women just like you, ready, willing, and able to support you in your journey. And you have a systematic approach to, I call it practical spirituality. It's the thinking that it's not about having blissful static experiences. You might catch some of that, but they're a symptom or a byproduct of your efforts. Practical spirituality means that we align your life at home and at work to a place of living in full alignment with your soul and being completely true to yourself in everything that you do. And it's from that place that healing can actually happen, and you finally find that inner peace that you have been looking for. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Namaste.